even sure if I was going to be able to come by because I'm in a hurry to get back to my girl. This is the longest I've been away from her. And, but she's in really good hands, in a really good place. We've tried to keep it down for where she's at, but most people can guess that she's in a wonderful facility that's associated with a great university in Sacramento, without saying its name,
Sure.
Who's taking amazing care of her. As a parent, and for those of you who aren't parents, we spend our lives sometimes imagining all the worst things that could happen, and we go through these scenarios in life where you think, what if they were hit by a drunk driver, or what if they're attacked, or what if they get cancer? And we learn these things because they happen to other people, and then we play them in our minds, and we think, well, if we think about it, they'll never happen, right? We think, oh gosh, that's such a horrible thing, because I'm thinking about it, there's no way it will ever come true. But one thing I never thought about was someone doing something like this to my daughter. I never had a chance to stop and think of the most atrocious crime, and where someone could just single-handedly just pick out my daughter for no reason and attack her so viciously. And it's the one thing that did happen to her. And I'm heartbroken, as we all are, as a community, and her family. And I've said before, doing an interview, that the one thing that makes my heart feel a little bit better and back together is the love and support in the community. You guys are the glue behind her recovery. You guys really are the prayers and the thoughts that are not just from Lodi, which Lodi Strong were amazing, by the way.
It is.
Absolutely. But this community's always been so important to my family, and it feels so good to know that we're on the other side. We've been on the other side of supporting others, and we never imagined having to be on the other side, and I'm really grateful that we've had this chance to feel the love. Jackie has a long road of recovery, a minimum of a year, and she'll be doing a lot of outpatient. She's going to be going through the university and then also through county, and then UOP has a great program. So she'll be going 2 to 4 days a week for the next year, and she's moved back in with mommy. And if anyone has seen the videos that our wonderful friends, the Wardrobe, Shonda, and Colby, who's not here, and her husband, Kayla, they put together this beautiful suite in a room for her. It was amazing. Transformed, gave her a beautiful place too. Thank you guys so much to come home to and heal. And I'm hoping by next Saturday she'll be home and she'll be with us, and hopefully she'll be able to thank everyone personally. We're going to try and have something when she's up to it. She gets a little overstimulated, a little overwhelmed right now, but she's going to come home and she's going to get better. I'm here just for a little bit, and then I want to head home and see her to the hospital because she doesn't want to be alone. So she's doing amazing. Thank you guys so much. She's doing well. She's doing miraculous, actually. She had a staph infection that caused sepsis in her blood. So she was very ill for a while with really high fevers, 104.9. There were times that we were unsure if we could even get the fever under control. But the doctors were good. She's here, so that's the most important thing. So the damage is done mostly in the back is where she was shattered, but because imagine when you're forced like this to this point, there is damage at the front, mostly on, well, it's on her right side, and her parietal, but the majority of the damage was done behind her head, the occipital lobe down here at the bottom. So very close to so many important parts of the brain, vision, hearing, speech, all these things could have been greatly affected, and miraculously they're very minorly affected at this point. She's very high functioning according to the neuro unit. She woke up talking. She went for a couple of days where things were kind of wonky, where it was hard to tell what was reality for her, what was not. She would have things that she thought were dreams that were real. She has no recollection at this time of what happened to her that day. The last thing she remembers is attending the company party the night before for Wine and Roses for the employees. And she remembered having the best time with photo booth and dancing and being with her friends. She remembers going to bed, but she doesn't remember that day.
Do you want to tell me again about the mantras that you said she was?
I have them written down. I don't have them precise right now, but I am strong, I am healthy, I am living, I am loved.
And she said that she was telling herself that while
She was telling herself that while she was unconscious, and she says she remembers like during the surgery, because they did ask her upon waking up out of the next day after her surgery. They asked her, "Do you know what's happened?" And she said, "I had a small surgery." You know, she was still kind of out of it, obviously, and about 4 minutes after that, I said, "Did you do any mantras, honey? I was just wondering." And she said yes, and she whispered what they were, and she said that she was saying them the whole time. And she also heard us while she was unconscious for that time. I sang to her, "You are my sunshine," over and over and over to soothe probably myself as much as her. And then she woke up and she was asking me to sing it to her, so she knew that I had been. And as I sang it, her lips would move along the whole time. So it was pretty amazing.
And you were talking about how great of a support your spouse has been to you.
Oh my gosh, so my spouse is amazing. She's the rock. At work, she's the organizer. She's the operations manager. And so we kind of joke sometimes that at home she's the operations manager as well. She makes sure things get done. To see her soft side, where the caring and tender nurturing comes out, doesn't happen as often. I have more of the maternal instinct. And to see her when I would collapse and not be able to just tend anymore from pure exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, and fatigue, she would never leave her side throughout the entire night, forsaking any sleep, just to calm and comfort her when she would wake up so agitated or in a different state of mind. She would be doing visualizations with her, soothing her face, rubbing her forehead, massaging her feet, just sitting so peacefully and calmly, tending to her every need, almost like a mother with an infant. It was the most beautiful thing to see someone care for my daughter as much as I care for my daughter. Thank you for the unwavering support and love, the prayers. The prayers are worth their weight in gold. I mean, really, that's the most valuable thing that you can offer someone in need, is prayer. Prayer, positive energy, and coming together. Jacqueline always talks about people coming together in a positive collective. She feels the power for all things in the world that goes on can be solved if people come together with positivity. And this is just an example on a small scale of one community that can do this. So she's living proof of what prayer can do and good thoughts. So thank you.